This video will explore the seeming inspiration for dark thriller Saltburn in Evelyn Waugh's Brideshead Revisited. The basics of the narratives are the same. Poor boy meets rich boy at Oxford. Boys become obsessed or in love, depending on who you ask. A British manor house looms larger than life over both characters. Poor boy, whether through obsession or something else, seeks to usurp rich boy. Rich boy falls from grace. Poor boy seeks the spoils. The movie posters for 2023's Saltburn show the Union Jack, with the highborn inverted at the top of the poster. Emerald Fennell, called the midwife actress turned director, co-produced the film, and it's nice to see the upward mobility of certain film characters in British films versus American films. Barry Keoghan stars as Oliver, a seemingly half-orphan Oliver Twist. Keoghan's mother died from heroin, a drug pushed onto the West by China and various terrorist factions in the East, including ISIS. So his portrayal of Oliver in Saltburn seems to mimic real life. Keoghan's Irish heritage may also be a nod to Evelyn Waugh's struggles with and eventual conversion to Catholicism. In Saltburn, when Farley grabs Oliver's face and says, "Try harder next time, baby," he's saying it to an entire middle class. The upper class, the elite, is what defines epochs generally, not the poor with their repetitive problems. Oliver in his antlers at the birthday party is the malformed, half-formed faun, the liar man. And this trend continues. It is a Minotaur statue that stares over the corpse of Felix in the film. And you can learn more about Minotaur symbolism in the Man Ray video on this channel. The middle class, with their hypocrisy, is more dangerous than the upper class, with their self-involved delusion. Felix, dead with his winged costume on, a downed flight, Sebastian Flight in Brideshead Revisited, his parents neglectful and blind to their son's actual struggle, also falls into drug use and alcoholism. An emotion that transcends the stiff British upper lip falls into vulgar apathy. In Saltburn, this parental apathy scene shows Felix's parents bathed in red when the curtains are closed, seemingly drinking their son's blood after his death. In Brideshead Revisited, Sebastian's twin sister is named Julia. In Saltburn, the highborn sister's name is Venetia. Venetia, or Venice, is a critical city in Waugh's Brideshead Revisited. It is the place of cementing the friendship between two Oxford students, Charles Ryder and Sebastian Flight. The Catholic questions of Brideshead Revisited appear in the Catholic chants of Saltburn in Felix's funeral. But one can't expect a modern director to convey Catholicism by any means other than the subtle, which she does via music only. Venetia, like Julia in the book's Divorce, sees the middle-class usurper for what he is. Venetia calls the boy a moth, drawn to light, and then she dies. Other Saltburn birthday party guests wear wings, showing themselves to be angelic, not of this world. And then there are the characters, India and Felix. Felix, the name, means fortunate, the literal fortunate son, a Sebastian Flight who isn't gay, and the superfluous sex scenes show us that repeatedly. Unlike Flight, Felix does some research into his middle-class colleague. They take a summer drive together, just like Sebastian and Charles in Brideshead Revisited. But this time, the drive has a purpose, and they go to a middle-class suburb. There, Felix discovers a poser in his friend Oliver, a faker, a liar so obsessed with him it makes him vomit. And this was Charles Ryder, literally riding Sebastian Flight's coattails to higher flights of society. In Saltburn, Oliver pretends to be Felix to his family. He's on the rowing team just like Felix. He's a top scholar at Oxford just like Felix. Brideshead's Charles Ryder never quite goes that far to lie to his own father. His relationship with his father is more one of silences. But the obsession with the highborn is the same. Waz Ryder does have a dead parent. Saltburn's Oliver doesn't. It's a lie. But it's a lie that causes the upper class to sit up and take notice, to be sympathetic, to constantly feel bad for the orphan. In the film, Felix dies, Venetia dies, but India, one of Felix's lovers, doesn't. A reflection of modern racially cleansed Britain and the ongoing white genocide. Author Waugh, in his correspondence with his friend Nancy Mitford, admitted Charles Ryder is very physically attractive, and that is partly why the aesthete Sebastian is okay with being friends with him. In Saltburn, Oliver is played by Barry Keoghan, who, short, small, old-looking, doesn't quite fit. Waugh disliked Americans intensely, and the banishing of American character Farley from Saltburn is some reflection of that. But Farley, name meaning Meadow of the Sheep, a seemingly naive name, in his American bluntness, is one of the only people to call out Oliver's usurpation of the Saltburn family to his face. This is missing from Brideshead. There are no American characters in Brideshead. But just like in Brideshead, Oliver chooses to befriend the mother of the household, to cement his own standing, understanding that women will be far more sympathetic to his plight than men. In Saltburn, that character is Elsbeth, played by Rosamund Pike. The old masculinity of the estate attempts to bribe the interloper away. And it works. Money and the middle class, a never-ending chase. When Charles Ryder returns to Brideshead accidentally during World War II, in contrast, Oliver returns purposefully after an invitation. Oliver governs over the death of the last of the family, fixating on the house and his own status, his own rise to the top.